that might want to be a board member, let us know, or is interested in really any of the positions. Okay, setting up your meeting for Facebook Live. It takes a second. But this way too, it's nice because there we go. Jen is now live in Aceport. Awesome. Okay, if one of you could just double check and make sure that it's actually broadcasting with audio, because sometimes it, like last time when I tried to do it didn't go with audio. So you could just double check. Okay, so here we go. We're good to go. There is our screen. You guys should have is the screen up with, okay, it probably is up with Facebook, or is it up with, okay, there we go. We should have okay, everyone just stop messaging me. Okay, there we go. Go away. All right. Executive board meeting come to order. Okay. So, October 1st, we have our first meeting. Well, second meeting. Natalia Moron, if that was my name, it's hard to say it, has agreed to come back, but we need to give her a topic that we'd like her to talk on. So since the kids are coming back, and I know everyone's got a bazillion questions, Jen and I were talking earlier, do we have something specific we'd like her to focus on? Would we like her to get a little more narrow in scope? What are kind of your thoughts? I know Jen put up a survey earlier. Were people responding to that? What's kind of our thoughts here? Okay, I think everyone's really preoccupied right now.
There was only 4 people that responded, so.
Where'd you put that,
Okay.
Jen?
It's on the Facebook page.
Oh, I'm overwhelmed by messages and posts, and I don't know how everybody's doing this stuff.
Okay, here we go.
I just think we're going to get inundated with a ton of questions about what's it going to be like when we're in school. That's just my feeling.
I don't know why this won't pop up on this really should pop up when I'm screen sharing and not on my other page here. That's really annoying. So why can't I need to figure out some way to play sound? That's just crazy. I don't know why. That really should. I had that set up before where it played a sound whenever anyone was asking to join. So sorry, Danilo, and sorry, Kalima. I don't know why that didn't play a sound when you were there, because I had this initially set up that it played a sound whenever anyone was sitting in the waiting room. And for some reason, it's not playing that mysterious sound anymore. So I apologize. Unmute yourselves if you'd like. We know who Danilo is. Kalima, if you'd like to unmute yourself and say hi, since we're not a large group.
Sure. Can you, I'm going to hold on 1 second though, because I have something else playing in the background and it's interfering. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of it. So let me do that and then I will unmute myself.
Jen?
Yes.
What was the name of the group you put us in again? Because I was looking to see if you wanted us to check if your sound was working in the Facebook, and I can't
it's
find
just Aceboard. That's just where I post that stuff, the like the whatchamacallits and stuff, like the agendas and stuff, just so we have it right there.
Okay, I can't find anything. I'm just whatever. Technology hates me. Okay.
I'll double check on my phone. While we're waiting, does anybody have any?
Okay, sorry.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Hello.
Hi. I had, for some reason, the Facebook Live of something else going on behind me, and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. And so it was 2 different meetings going on. So I'm sorry. Hi.
No worries. Well, hop in, say hi, introduce yourself.
I've met you before, Jen. I'm Kalima. I am the autism coach at Atlantic West Elementary.
Yes, I remember you.
Nice to see you. And that's really it. I have a daughter that's 8, and she's at Park Springs. And I'm just trying to figure out how all of this is going to work out for me as an autism coach and also as a parent.
Well, awesome. Super happy to have you here. It is wonderful to get other perspectives. So very valuable having you here. I
Thank
went
you.
ahead and popped up on the screen just the basics of what we were talking about tonight. We were trying to keep it short and sweet because we know everyone's time is really smashed right now. We wanted to go over what we were going to do for the October 1st meeting. We have Natalia Moran coming back, who spoke at the last meeting and did that great presentation on Teams. So she was willing to come back and do kind of a part 2, focusing on whatever we'd like her to focus on. So that's my son's reminder. So she said we could have her focus on whatever we'd like her to focus on. So I'm just kind of getting feedback from everyone on what you guys think we'd like her to focus on. So we can kind of do like an e-learning part 2, but with everything that's changed, I'm kind of wondering what we think would be best to have her hone in on that would help everyone the best right now. What do you guys think?
Dumb question, but she's a curriculum supervisor.
Yes, but
She is,
yeah, but she focuses. She's really like amazing with technology.
Yeah, maybe like accommodations and how they can deliver them over the e-learning. I know that's
I like
a huge
that.
issue for a lot of people.
I like that.
I mean, you can't
I
really
would
do
even maybe-
modifications.
I would even suggest to her if she could have her name just slipped. She's in the same zone as her, but she does the behavior part.
Pam?
Not Pam, Alicia maybe.
Oh, Alicia.
Talelis?
Maybe if she could even add some input or tips or whatever on some behavior modifications for some of our kids that are returning.
Okay. Cool.
That's a-
And
that's
if
a-
I
that's
can't
a-
get Alicia, I have plenty of people that could stop in with behavior too.
Okay, perfect.
That's a really good idea because the kids are going to have a lower tolerance to those masks when they're in person. And
You know, I do have to say, although I did laugh how they completely blew off about kids wearing masks, I was shocked at how well my kid was tolerating the mask.
That's
But I
good.
did laugh at how much they totally blew it off. But I'm like, no, kids don't tolerate it that well. But
yeah, some
shockingly enough,
Mm.
yeah. I mean, I was like, no, you're not going to have no problems. But my kid did tolerate it better than I expected. And then we also have Gail Moore from 211 said she's going to stop by. So she said she could speak anywhere from 5 to 45 minutes. So I'm thinking we give her about 10. Does that sound good?
Can she focus more on like the mental health and like referrals for behavior kind of stuff? Like I've been getting a lot of questions about mental health at home, mental health at school, whatever, like anxiety based stuff that's gonna pop up obviously in the next few weeks.
Yeah, stress management calls.
I was going to say that as well, because I'm one of the ones that have been contacting Jennifer about that.
That sounds wonderful. No, thank you. And Kalima, please feel free to come back anytime.
I will. It's been hard trying to find the time because there's been so many meetings. I feel like one of the things I've noticed with this work from home is there's not really boundaries. So a lot of times you're just working at these really odd times and people can throw meetings in at any time. So when I am free, I definitely will come back.
Totally. And that's why we try to keep them short and sweet and not at a really, at a time where it's like, okay, kids are done with school, grab a little breather. Okay, hop on for a little bit. So if you guys are finding that this time isn't great, let me know. We can always adjust. So let's figure it out because I want to make it work for all of us because I know that we all run super tight, insane schedules. I thought 4 o'clock might work for us with this virtual schedule. So, oh, I saw a kid in the background. I thought maybe it was Cody trying to run naked in mine. So that's why I always try keeping a virtual on mine. So yeah, just always let me know because I really enjoy having everybody. What's up, Darlene?
I'm just thinking, not that I know what I'm gonna do with my kid yet, but once school restarts or whatever, the middle schoolers will be back to finishing at 4. So I mean, it's okay. I mean, I can still get on, but I'll just probably be a little late.
And we can adjust if we're finding that 4 is not working. Not a problem to adjust to 4:30, 5 o'clock, whatever we feel like we need to do. I mean, that's something where, especially since it's not like the board is this humongous body, we can change it. So I have zero issues with changing things.
So
But speaking of that,
I
we
have a
have.
s-
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to, before we move on to the next point, I just wanted to say about the referrals for the behavior stress management part of it. Um, the, there's a group of people that are particularly trained for special needs families in their 211 department. And so I hope she addresses that in particular because I have called and they have asked me to, to have somebody return the phone call, and it takes a while for that to happen. So maybe she can address that part of it. That there may be a couple of steps to get to the right people, to get to the right information that we want or that somebody wants.
Okay. Okay. All right.
'Cause
So.
you may need a few more minutes than the 5 to 10 minutes. You may need a little bit more, but she knows her information.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Maybe then we'll make her 15. If I can type. Okay, now school reopening, we actually did kind of have a long talk with Jackie about this morning because this is really kind of blown up. This has been, unfortunately, it's very frustrating that they released that survey and they released all this information. Before they gave all the extra information to parents about what should be going on. This was not okay. You don't release a survey like that and tell parents that, hi, you have to fill out this survey and tell them whether or not you're going back to school, and not give parents the information that they need to make that decision. And we've let them know we are not happy, we are not pleased, and you need to give us more information because ESE parents do not have enough information to be able to make an informed decision about whether or not they're sending their kids back to school. So we have been sending all of our information to Jackie. We basically bombarded her with all the information as to what we feel like needs to be addressed. So if you have any, we really did send her a huge list of everything that we think needs to be addressed. So if you have anything that you feel like is extraordinary, let me know. But as far as just the general of what we feel like, what do you think classrooms are going to look like, accommodations, RBTs, all that stuff, we've sent all that to Runcie and his team to address. And we need to have answers before parents can be expected to make a decision. So, because that's just not okay. You can't expect parents to make a decision on whether or not they're sending their kids back if you're not going to give them the information to make an informed decision. So we kind of let them have it. So any input on that one before we move on from that?
Has there been any updates on RBTs and them being able to be on campus? I mean, no.
We have not heard back yet as to for sure whether that's happening, not happening, what. So we're still waiting to hear clarification.
That's really important because
Agreed. That's something parents should know before they make a decision as to whether or not they're sending their kids back, because for some children, that's absolutely vital. that they will not be able to send their child back if they can't send them with an RBT.
Yes.
You know, and then there's some parents that's not the deal breaker, but there's some that's an absolute deal breaker. They cannot send them back without an RBT. So, I mean, those are things that and understandable if they can't, you know, given the conditions or whatever, but that's information that ESE parents need. And I'm sorry, irresponsible to send a survey like that out without that information. So I'm sorry, I call it like it is. It was irresponsible. You don't send that out without the information first. And now all that does is create frustration. People start talking amongst themselves and creating their own answers. And that's where everything starts going haywire and crazy on social media, because everyone starts speculating on what the real answers might be. And parents start getting frustrated and upset and anxious. And then you get parents like me that just say, screw it, I'm just going to wait till January. I don't care. I mean, I'm already home anyways. I'll just keep until January.
When is the due date for that survey, by the way?
Tuesday, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. So that
Hi, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, people. Really?
But the thing is, there's probably going to be some teachers that, well, there's definitely teachers that are leaving. I know.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
telling Jennifer-
And I don't blame them.
Yeah,
I
was
don't
telling
blame
Jennifer, my
them.
son's, I know one of my son's teachers leaving, but my daughter's 2 electives, it's the same teacher. And I know he's not going back. I've known since before this. So
wow.
what's
No,
happening there?
we're losing good people over this, over some bad decisions that are being made. And I'm not happy about it. So if you have something you can think of that needs to be thrown in there, please feel free to let me know.
My kids are in Pines Charter. Are the charter schools getting this kind of survey as well? Because I haven't received anything.
Charters are a beast all to themselves, Danilo. You know this.
This one's a public charter. It's like a city charter, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Did they go back? Because they all have different dates.
Yeah,
they all have.
They try.
I don't know. I can't tell you because they do their own. They march to their own drummer.
Yeah, they try
So,
to CPS as lead, so they do everything as they try to.
well,
match.
that's good, but it's still they march to their own drummer, so I can't really tell you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wish I could, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The other one that we're still looking at is a new site for meetings too, because we're still working on this one with the district. I'd really love for us to be able to stay virtual, but I do have a little, I've been working on some flexibility here, and I've got some ideas because I know a lot of us would much rather stay virtual given circumstances. And I have some ideas because you know me, I'm always about the workaround. Because the governor, our wonderful governor, did not extend his order to stay virtual. Now, they're not always that strict with the subcommittees.
So I have a dumb question.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with this one. But now how does that work with SAC and SAF?
I don't know. My SAC is still meeting virtually.
Mine is too, but
I know, but technically they're not supposed to.
Well, they
I'm
could.
not
But you know the
showing up.
schools are. I know.
Good luck finding a new
I
staff
know.
rep.
Right. I'm telling you that now. It's not going to happen. Schools are still going to do it. But since we are technically an extension of the district, we kind of have to be a little more. Yeah, we're a little extra like that. So I'm talking to Gary about it. My first choice, if we do have to get an actual physical location, I'd kind of like to do Arthur Ashe, to be honest, if they have space for us. It's central for everybody. It's not too far for anybody, for our people who are more north. It's not that far to come for our people. You know what I mean? It's more of a central location for people. And I like that because then it's like nobody's having to drive super far. It's not in a really nasty location. It's not too scary. And we have some scary areas in Broward.
What happened with Baldwin? Are we not able to do that?
The park, they're charging for parking now.
Okay. They already started to charge? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're charging. And the district likes me, so I think I can get us in. So I think I can get them to let us in there. So we'll see. I'll be nice to them and super nice and ask super sweetly.
We wouldn't have any issues with parking or space there either.
Right. They've got lots of parking, lots of space. And honestly, every time I've been over there, everyone's been super nice. The security's always very nice. You know what I mean? Everyone's,
Mhm.
I've never been hassled over there
Gosh.
by any of the staff. So,
Oh,
and
we-
it's not as much of a pain as trying to find space at a traditional school.
Oh, so Arthur Ashe is like it's yeah. Arthur Ashe is not the one on Pines Boulevard, right? It's
No, it's off 95 and like
oh,
Sunrise, I think.
Yeah.
okay. I was thinking about the other one where I saw you guys at the SAC at the
Oh,
SAC
that's at MacArthur.
MacArthur. I was thinking it was MacArthur that we were, because that one's a really good location for South people in the South, but not so much for people in the North.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. I mean, don't get me wrong. It'd be nice for me because it's right down the street. But
Yeah.
but it's a little south for our people up north. You
Right.
know.
It would be great for me because I'm like just,
Yeah, I mean, I'd love it, but I always try to think of something that's centrally located for people. You
Something-
know.
Yeah, something I will say about Arthur Ashe is that I have gotten lost on that campus trying to get into those buildings and trying to get into the rooms that we're supposed to go to. And so
Well, what I'm hoping is we can stay virtual. That's what I'm hoping for
Yeah.
now.
yeah.
But we'll
Not
see.
that
And
I'm really lost, but I've walked around the buildings, like
yeah, well, we'll try to find a good solution. But here's my thought: is if we can't be allowed to stay virtual, I'm thinking I just find some place with good Wi-Fi, and we go ahead and just advertise that as the location,
yeah, that sounds
and
good.
I broadcast from there.
Awesome.
Seriously, I'm being dead serious. If they're gonna force us to have a physical location, we just find some place with good Wi-Fi
I think
and
that's
just zoom it from there.
I think that's awesome. Thank you.
So that's my solution if they force us to have a physical location. Because I think there's just and you know what, we'll just make it work. And if that's what they're going to do, that's what they're going to do. And I really just don't. I'll just say Starbucks. Meet us at Starbucks.
If ESC,
I will go have a coffee. I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts. Coffee, yes. We are going to go to Dunkin' Donuts. I will pick wherever we want to have coffee.
Lord.
Whoever wants to join me for coffee can come join me for coffee, and I will Zoom from there.
Is ESC advisory going to have to meet also in person then? Does that mean that? That's like dozens of people. Oh no.
But I can tell you right now, dozens of people will probably not show up.
No, they're not.
It will probably be a likely scenario that's going to be. It's probably going to be like me and Jackie with HEPA filters on our face.
PPE equipment.
Yeah. Because I'll be honest, I'm okay in a small group. I don't want to be in a large group. But am I okay in a small group? I'm okay in a small group if we're wearing PPE. But I don't want to be sitting in like a big, huge group. No. So I just have to keep checking every now and then since my stupid little thing that's supposed to be telling me if people are here to join the group isn't working. Yeah, I don't have a problem with a small group. If we've got a group of say 10 people and everyone's wearing masks and they're socially distant, I'll have an issue with that. Do I want to be crammed in an auditorium with 100 people? No, that's not okay. So, okay, so we got that. But if anyone has any other suggestions on places that might work, but what I'm hoping is that they'll just waive the requirements since we're really technically just a subcommittee. Maybe. We'll talk to Myrick about it and see what she has to say. Hopefully, she'll be like, "Oh, you're just a subcommittee. Nobody cares about you." No, I'm just kidding. because technically I really don't understand why it's a big deal. These meetings are open to the public. Anyone is welcome to join. So I don't see why it would be an issue. You know, it's not like we're keeping any of this from anyone to where they wouldn't be able to join. You know, it still complies with sunshine law. It's advertised, even though the district got the time wrong. And advertised it as 12 o'clock instead of 4. So I don't see any reason why this wouldn't be able to be compliant with sunshine law and work just fine, especially considering the conditions. So I don't know. I think we're good. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up or any? Oh, the other, okay, we did talk about elections. So basically, all of the offices are, anyone who is interested in any of the offices, have at it. They're all available. None of us have ever really been sticklers about offices, titles, whatever. We're fairly informal around here, as those of you who have been around can tell. We're more about just if it needs to get done, we get it done. So don't ever feel like, oh my gosh, you know, like Darlene's just started showing up with us, you know? We love Darlene. Darlene's actually been around for forever. She just finally formally started showing up with us. But it's never been a, you know, hierarchy type of thing with us. It's always just kind of been a stuff needs to get done. Whoever can get it done just gets it done. So we don't really rest on formality or that kind of thing. So, like I said, fairly informal group here. We do have our monthly board meetings. That's really between the monthly board meetings and the monthly general meetings. That's really the only requirement that we have. So it's not a huge time commitment. And if you can't make it, it's not like we're going to come chase you down or anything like that. So if you're interested, please feel free to come and either stand up for a board position, or we have official officer positions, but it's not, like I said, we don't stand on the, okay, you stood up for this officer position, you must do X, Y, and Z. We just kind of do it. So feel free to come aboard, be part of things, be as active as you wish, or whatever. If you're interested in more, feel free to grab one of us who has been around for longer. Anything else we need to discuss? And I'm sorry, I'm umming just like that lady did on that other meeting that we were in that was driving us crazy, Jen. Apologies for my ums.
Jen, so question for you are the elections coming up at the next meeting?
Next meeting.
What's the next meeting? Okay. And then do we have, I know Felicia sent just a quick question about future meetings apart from this very next meeting. And I know we have talked about those topics before. Are we gonna touch base? Are you gonna touch base on those?
We kind of have a bank of topics right now, but since everything got really upended, we've been, I mean, they're still there so that we have that topic bank, so we can, which is great because then we can just kind of pull from them. So we've got them in our little topic bank so we can pull from them as needed. So we've kept them, so it's not like they're going to go to waste. Stop the ums. Gosh, I didn't realize just how much I hated ums till we sat through that meeting the other day. It was horrifying. It was every other word.
If it was a drinking game, we'd be on the floor.
We would have died. We would have died.
Maybe we should type up the topic bank and put it in Google Docs.
I think that's a fantastic idea. I think we should put it in Google Docs and put a link so that you guys can have it too, and feel free to dump extra ideas in there too.
I updated the website. I learned
I'm
something.
so proud of her.
So there's 4 more things on the website under files and downloads. And I'm still playing around looking at stuff on Florida Department of Education. I was messing around in rights law and stuff today in between doing math assignments with my kids and Teams pullouts. So if you guys think of anything that you want on the website or on Facebook, because I also found out that we don't have a files section on our Facebook because we're a public group. So we can post it in the ASE advisory in the files, but we can't do it in the ACE. So I can put
But
it
we
in like
can put it on the website and then
Yes.
link to the website from.
accurate. So if you guys think of anything else, I'm waiting to see if they're going to update or give out any like formal direction on the face masks and stuff, because one of the items that I put on the website is the face mask policy, also the attendance policy, and I found the 2021 scheduling of testing because I originally found 21-22 by accident and posted it. So this upcoming year, a lot of the stuff that's supposed to be done in the beginning of the year got pushed back to December, and FSA stuff's all like March, April, you know. So if you guys think of anything that you want to put on there, let me know.
Okay, I had myself on mute. My house gets so loud, it's just much easier to keep myself on mute if I'm not talking. Alrighty, well, we'll go ahead. One more quick round. Anyone else have anything they wanted to add? And then if not, we will wrap this bad boy up in record time.
Are there any updates on I know we're a subcommittee of ESC. Are there any updates that we should be kind of aware of from ESC advisory that, you know, we should know about? Because I will confess that I'm not entirely.
As far as what, like, is there something specific or?
Just if there's something that has kind of bubbled up, and I know you have that as a school reopening item here, Jen. I know that you have already addressed the main one. Is that? But are there any other topics that have bubbled up on ESC?
No, everything is well.
And I got roped into being vice chair.
Yeah.
That's a new one. I saw that. Yeah.
There's not been much chatter on Facebook except for like the same thing that we're all talking about, like the reopening. What does it look like? What are the answers that we don't have questions to? Thank God we haven't had any bullying or abuse cases so far this year. Thank you for that for e-learning. But
Oh
I don't think there's been anything else. I mean, pretty quiet so far. It might completely change when we go back to school, but
I think this is going to be, I think y'all just better hold on to your seats for the next couple months is all I have to say.
I'm staying home.
Oh, I am too, but it's going to be a wild next couple months because no one's done this before.
Right.
Is trying to do in-person learning in the middle of a pandemic. So it's going to be crazy.
Teacher
So
shortage for sure.
I think that we need to, it's going to be a wild ride. And we're going to, I feel for my teachers trying to do this. I feel for my teachers and for my support staff and for my coaches. And So anything we can do, Kalima, please let us know. I mean, if there's anything we can reach out and help you guys, please, you know, we're if there's anything I can do on my side of the fence, let me know. I mean,
thank you, Jen. Thank you for saying that. It's really important that we support morally because we can't.
It's important.
Yeah, and we know we're all concerned. We're very concerned about how much risk there is involved in this decision, because the health the health of someone is their entire life. Basically, and there's a lot of risk. I think I wrote something down that I thought about very much, and that I personally think there's too much at risk. That's my personal opinion, but I know all of us in this group feel that there's a lot of risk. There's a lot at risk, and we are hoping that the measures are adequate so that we don't have stoppages, closures, second wave, and things that we don't want. We don't want anyone to experience that, especially our children. That would be so. We're just hoping that that by reopening, we're not opening a Pandora's box.
I have a friend that goes to U school. Her daughter goes to U school, and she actually went back. And she actually told me yesterday that a doctor spoke to the parents to let them know that probably in December they will be sending them home because of the next wave that will inevitably be coming. So, I mean, I think it's pretty much inevitable. That's what's going to happen, is that we're going to close down again. So yeah, and I'm really upset for the teachers not having the choice to work at home if they need to. Like I was telling Jen, my daughter has one teacher for both her band electives, and I know it's band and it's not, academic, but it's like therapy for, and his wife has a heart condition, and he's not coming back. So they really should have put more thought into this for teachers.
We were specifically told by our functional medicine doctor, you're insane if you go back.
There you
Because
go.
we already have autoimmune issues in the house. And if we already are fighting an inflammatory process, which is what COVID is, how are you going to double up and get through it?
What if you if you didn't have anything and you were okay? Because obviously I'm not okay with my kids going back, and we don't have any of those things. But then also there's your family members. Like I would like to see my mom again. So at some point, I would like to see her again. 77, she's got stuff, and they're scared. Our elderly are scared. So let's pretend I felt okay putting my kids in. I still wouldn't, because I want to see my mom and my in-laws. And we saw them once, and I gotta say they cracked because they were so emotional. And my daughter asked my mom for a hug, and then my mother-in-law cracked. We actually kind of went over there to try to pick up something from them, and they were just so emotional that they hugged my kids. But even having seen us for that little while and being as careful as possible, they're not ready to see us again. It's an ongoing fear. So I don't know. Doesn't seem safe for anyone.
I totally get it. I mean, it's one of those things where I can respect everyone's opinions on this, but I want everyone to have a choice.
Of course.
And that's what's frustrating, is that everyone has a choice except the teachers.
Yeah.
And that's what's not okay. It's like everyone's saying, well, I want a choice, but they're not giving the teachers a choice.
But Jen,
And
even
that's
with
what's not okay.
Even with the two options, what they laid out in the BTU meeting as what it's going to look like when they go back.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
My
It's
teacher
ridiculous.
told me she had kidney stones and she has to go to the bathroom and she has to drink liquid to not get it back.
Right.
What is she going to do?
I know. This is worse than when I used to work in the ER and you wouldn't have time to go pee.
They have to pick between their life or their family's life. Everybody really, I guess, is between their life or your family's life or your job. I mean,
I get that we are in extraordinary conditions. I get that, but this is just not the way you do it. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So that's why I'm saying let's just hold tight, because we got a real interesting next couple months coming up.
So all staff are supposed to report back, including autism
The
coaches.
5th.
Everyone has to report back unless you take a leave, and that leave is more than likely going to be unpaid, unless you want to, use your time, your sick leave, and et cetera, et cetera.
Right. Wow.
Well, I actually did text Anna, and Anna and I don't always get along on everything, but we're cordial. Anna and I actually get along. And I told her, I said, we're behind you 100% on this one.
Yeah. Well, she's meeting
So-
right now. That was what I had on in the
Yeah.
background. So
Yeah,
they're-
yeah. I had
she
it.
is-
I had it on before we went into this, so
Yeah.
I will probably go back to that, and
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get several texts throughout the evening about that. So
Oh,
I'll let
yeah.
you get back to Anna. If you guys have anything else going on, you guys know that I live with my phone on 24/7. It's on me constantly. So don't hesitate to email, text, whatever. I don't always pick up when it rings because my kids are loud. So if I don't pick up when it rings, it's not because I don't want to talk to you. It's usually just because my kids are being loud. So just text. And we'll get things rolling, and we'll find a way to make it work. But like I said, I'm not sending my kids back. I just don't feel comfortable. I really don't. And I know that there's some people that do need to send their kids back, and I completely understand that. Or those that want to. I respect that, and that's fine. I do respect their choice. I just don't like the fact that there are teachers who are being forced to do it when I know that there's teachers that want to do it, and that should be okay. You know what I mean? I'm saying they should be able to find a way to make it work. So, anyways, enough of my soapbox. I will let you all go for the evening so everyone can get back to their lovelies. Anything anyone needs to discuss, I'm always here, and Jen's always here, and we're all always here for each other. It's a beautiful thing.
Thank
All right, love
you
you
guys so
guys.
much.
Background. I
Thank
just love that
you.
your background is on fire. That's what it feels like. Literally.
Doesn't it? It's so
I
incredibly
need that background in my
appropriate.
life.
It works. All right, guys, take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon.
Thank you. Have a good
You're
night.
so welcome. You guys take care. Great to see you guys.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.